Hey, MarcoRobert here, and thank you so much for checking my channel, guys. Over the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to build a brand in 2020. If you've been thinking about this, or if you own a business, or maybe thinking about buying a business, or maybe starting a business, or taking over your brother-in-law's business, guys, one of the most important things you need to know is how to build a brand. I cannot emphasize this enough. You know, the difference between a company that has a strong brand, a company that does not have a strong brand, is night and day. Now, here's the funny part. I remember 20 years ago, I used to teach people how to build a brand. But funny enough, I never really invested in building my brand in that time, right? And I knew it was important, but I didn't know it was important enough for me to invest in building a brand. And in hindsight, I spent years and years and years struggling in my business because my brand was not strong enough, right? Today, literally, I can sit down with a business person, and before we have the meeting, I simply say, hey, make sure you Google me, look me up. Go on LinkedIn, go on Facebook, go on YouTube. Just Google my name, and then let's have a meeting. When I show up for the meeting, they're like, oh, Mr. Robert, right? Because I have so many testimonials. I have so many pictures of me with celebrities. I have so many articles that have been written about me that now I'm someone when it comes to being some sort of a personality online. So what it does is this. Not only am I able to actually command higher fees for my services, but my conversion ratio is much greater. Because now people have, wow, okay, we want to work with you. Doesn't matter how much it is, you're the person we want to work with because you have a demonstrated brand, right? That's what I want to talk to you about today. How do we actually build a brand? So there's a few factors that are important. Number one is your brand must be based on you providing a solution to a big problem in a small market. Understand that? You need to be providing a solution to a big problem in a small market. Here's why. There's way too many people today who are jacks of all trades, right? People who basically, one day they announce themselves as real estate experts, and then the next day they're in the insurance business, and then the next day they work for their cousin's bakery store, right? And we've lost the connection with a lot of people because we live in a world that is so transparent. In the 1950s, if you changed jobs, nobody really knew, right? Maybe your own family knew about it, but you could literally go from working at a bakery store to working at a garage, and nobody knew about it, right? Everybody who came to the garage did not know that you used to work at the bakery store. Today, everything is free. All the information is out there. And we live in a very, very transparent world. So it's essential that when you build a brand, that you build a brand based on a very, very strong solution. You need to provide an amazing solution to the world. Now, let me explain to you how we're going to do that. So you need to be able to, let me actually give you an example. I have a client in Canada who owns a bunch of daycare centers, right? And during this coronavirus crisis, she's struggling. She's trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to make some money? How am I going to attract people? How am I going to distinguish my company, my brand, from all the other daycare centers? And then we sat down and we did some sort of a brainstorming session. And what we found is this. What's the niche, right? She's working with young parents. Most of her clients are between the age of 28 and 40 years old. That's the parents that she works with. So what are some of the challenges that those people have, right? What are some of the challenges? Well, number one, they don't have time. So what she decided to do is she decided that once a month, if you bring your kids to her during the daytime, once a month in the evening, you get a mommy's night. And once a month in the evening, there's a daddy's night. What does that mean? That means that if you're a man and then you have kids, once a month you get to drop your kids in the evening and you get to go play pool or drink scotch with your best friends, right? If you're a mommy, once a month, you also get to drop off your kids and then you get to hang out with your girlfriends and do whatever you want to do. How cool is that, right? So automatically she announced that to the demographics, she announced that to the market, and it was revolutionary. Okay, everybody actually, a lot of people wanted to leave her. Now they're thanking her. Her entire business is actually on the verge of exploding just because of that. You understand? So it's very important that you fix a big problem. Parents are overwhelmed. They're confused. They don't know what to do. They don't have enough time between mommy and daddy. So if this is something that you can fix, you fix this. That makes sense? Okay. Now, that's the first step. Second step is make it fun. Make it fun, guys. Again, there's so many people competing with everything. If we went back to the 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, whatever business you're in, you would have been the only one. Or maybe you had one or two competitors. Today, everybody has 20, 30, 40, 50 competitors. So make it fun. Make working with you more engaging and more fun. How hard is that? Show your personality. And I'm going to tell you something. The trick is this. Imagine that you're being rated, right? If you remember before Uber and Lyft and all those, taxi companies, online taxi companies, when you used to take a cab, it was a dreadful experience, right? Cabbies used to be, first of all, the cabs were smelly, the drivers were grumpy. Nobody liked it because nobody was being rated. You have to understand that in life, you are constantly being rated. So today, what's going on, right? Today, when you get in an Uber, the driver knows that when you get out of that Uber, you're going to give him 1 to 5 stars. You're going to rate him or her. So automatically, so now they're like, hey, hello, how's it going? They tell you jokes, they tell you stories. They make the experience fun because they expect to be rated. In life, always expect to be rated, my friend. Whether the industry is rating you or not, whether your customers are automatically rating you or not, make it fun. Make the engagement with them interesting, light, and fun. Next, focus on quality. We live in a world, again, that is so transparent. If you cannot bring quality, and I'm not saying average quality, I'm talking about superior quality. Whether you're offering a business service or a product, you need to bring massive, massive quality. You need to develop the mindset that everything you do is going to be about quality, right? Now, how do we do that? Well, the next step is bring value. That's how value is kind of synonymous to quality. But the reason why I distinguish between those two is because value is what human beings actually want. Value is the quality that human beings actually are looking for. Think about this. When two people get together to engage in a business transaction, what are they buying from one another? They're buying value. What are they exchanging? They're exchanging value. Value is when you bring value to a business, basically you're understanding that you are transacting with other human beings. It's kind of a new concept. 50 years ago, people didn't care about value that much. As long as your value was average, was normal, was ordinary, you could probably survive in business. Today, you can't. Today, you live in a very transparent world. Today, there's way more competition. You need to bring massive, massive amount of value. Now, what does that mean? That means that you need to constantly be innovating. In every business that I work with, we create an innovation committee. So every month, we review some aspects of their business so that we can constantly be innovating. The old world of trying to grow a business like this in a linear way does not exist anymore. Today, growth must happen like this, right? In other words, it must happen in an exponential way. Otherwise, you're going to miss the boat. Because the reality is that that's how the world is going. The world is going so fast. The world is innovating so fast. You can't recognize yesterday today. That's how fast the world is going. So the world is an innovative place. Your business must be an innovative place. You need to bring new and more value all the time. And then the next and last step that I want to tell you is always position your brand, always position yourself as the leader, right? In other words, step up and don't be afraid to demonstrate your leadership. Your market is looking for a leader. Your buyers are looking for a leader. You see, one of the hardest things for human beings to do is to make a new decision. Right? Your clients have difficulties making a new decision. They're looking for you to help them make a better decision. They're looking for you to help them make a buying decision. They're looking for you to take them by the hand and take them across the finishing line of that purchase. That's your job. So you need to position yourself as a leader in front of your customers. You also need to position yourself as a leader in front of your employees if you already have employees, right? Employees are also looking for guidance, right? So you need to be able to say, you need to be able to establish the parameters of what needs to happen. And I know sometimes we get so overwhelmed running our businesses that we just say, hey, you know what? Hey, team, this is the objective. Please take me there. But you know what? For the average people, this doesn't work. The average employee out there needs a little bit more parameters. They need a little bit more structure. They need a little bit more procedures and systems to kind of know where to go. So instead of saying, hey, team, this is the objective, take me there, your job is more to say, hey, team, this is the objective, and this is how we're going to get there. So between now and next week, I want you guys to have progressed to this point. And then the following week, I expect the team to have reached the next point. Does that make sense? So that's how, guys, you've got it right there. How to build a brand in 2020. Number one, bring a big solution to a small market. Number two, make it fun. Number three, bring quality and value through innovation. And lastly, position yourself as the leader in your market and in your industry. All right, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. And by the way, if you want to find out more on how to build a brand in 2020, just comment below or reach out to us. We're happy to answer your questions. I read all the comments. This is Coach Marco. I'll see you in the next one.